Today was the first very crazy, emotional, lots of thoughts day that I've had all week, starting with Monday. Well, really starting with Saturday of last week. It's been almost a full week of lots of emotions and not enough sleep and lots of important conversations, which is all good. But it does mean that, I've been just totally shot emotionally, which we talked about a little bit yesterday. But basically, I'm in this spot now where it's kind of like when you do a lot of truth telling, we're gonna call it, because I think that's the best term for it. When you do a lot of that in a short period of time, you then find yourself in the post event feeling like you should still be doing something. And that's kind of where I am right now, because I think the longer I'm not talking, the longer I'm just thinking to myself or having brief snippets of conversations instead of drawn out ones, the more it feels like I'm going back to the way it was, which is funny because that's not how that works. Once you put a truth out into the universe, we'll call it, it's there. And it's just there for good. Can't really take it back. And that's exciting and terrifying at the same time. But it's also pretty easy to forget, especially on days like this. The aftermath, I would say it could be labeled properly, where you kind of just settle back into the normal routine, and suddenly that high, that emotional high, is out the window, and you have to deal with any emotional baggage or exhaustion that comes in the aftermath. Yesterday was, a pretty big, coming crashing down type day, but there were still conversations that were had that were beneficial, and I was really grateful for opportunities to speak up and tell a little more of a story that I haven't felt safe or comfortable to tell until recently. But today has been normal. And I think what I'm navigating right now is finding what it means to embrace normal while still recognizing that normal is not the same as it was before. It's a new normal. And while it may feel the same day to day, the fact that I practiced more courage on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday than I ever have in my entire life, that changes some things, even if a day feels normal. It means there's a different tone to a lot of the things I think about, a different tone to the way I say certain things to people, and a different tone to the way I hear things from certain people. I think especially to the few who I trusted first. Yesterday and today have been so crucial for me to make sure that I have that connection with those people. And maybe that doesn't make sense, but I think for me, knowing that in the midst of, lots of extra people suddenly being in my inner circle that weren't before, that the people who were there first they're the ones I still think of first. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's important. And it certainly has been a thing today. Just, there's that little bit of me that longs for things to keep happening in a positive direction, but there's a lot of me that just longs to debrief everything with the first people I trusted. And that can't always happen right away. And right now it can't happen. It's gotta wait. And that's where I'm at, I think, is maybe in the pending between the big courageous moments and the actual aftermath of those big courageous moments. We'll call it the purgatory of courageous moments. That's a little messed up, but I don't think it's wrong. Anyway, now that I've consistently talked for more than 6.5 to 7 minutes all week, I'm just gonna continue to do that apparently. Everything's fine. Happy Thursday.